am I the jerk for telling the truth in my wedding toast? I'm a 30-year-old guy and my best friend got married last week. To give you some context, I just bought a house, and my wife is expecting our son in November. So, I told my friend up front that I was limited in what I could contribute financially, but I promised I'd do my best. I went to the bachelor party in Maine, rented the tux, and paid for mine and my wife's dinner at the rehearsal. I even had a gift of $300 for them, but we'll get to why I didn't end up giving it. The trouble started with his now wife, then fiancée. She began texting me multiple times a day with updates. At first it was fine, but I have a full-time job and I'm renovating rooms in my new house, so I'm busy. I couldn't always respond, and it got to the point where if I didn't reply at least once a day, I'd get a call from my buddy asking why. Her texts were something else. Here's a list of her demands. First, my wife was absolutely not allowed to talk about our pregnancy. She didn't want anyone focusing on that more than her, the bride. Second, she made a point to say she wouldn't order special food for my wife. The thing is, no one even asked her to. My wife was perfectly fine with whatever was being served. Then, the demands turned to me. She said I wasn't helping the groom enough. Apparently, he had to help her with favors, seating charts, and programs, so it was my job to help him with those things. She even told me to get ready to help with their thank you notes after the wedding. And this is the one that really got me. She said if I was a true best man, I would offer to pay for the entire bar bill. I'm still not even sure what that fully entails. But it sounds expensive. The speech was another battleground. She demanded to read and approve my speech before the rehearsal dinner. She wanted me to include her just as much as my buddy, and even told me to just make things up if I had to. I was also forbidden from including anyone but the two of them, and no inside jokes or stories about my friend that didn't also feature her. Her final text was the most insulting. She told me to tell my wife to keep it together and not make a pregnancy scene during the wedding. On top of that, she wanted my wife to choose a dress that downplayed her pregnancy as much as possible. At this point, I was just so aggravated. I decided to talk to my friend, hoping he could reason with her. His response was shocking. He told me to just play ball on this one because it's her day. Then he said I should cut him a break because, and I quote, he'd be dealing with her nonsense for the rest of his life. I was annoyed but tried to calm down for his sake. The wedding day arrived, and it was a nightmare. All the bride and my buddy did was scold me, berate me, and bark orders. I finally escaped to the bar for a much-needed drink. But who was there? The bride's mother. She actually warned me not to get drunk because I had, in her words, ruined her daughter's day enough already. That was the final straw. I took the card with the $300 and put it back in my pocket. When it was time for the best man speech, I got up there. I wished them the best, but then I used my friend's exact words. I said, I wish you both the best of luck. As my friend here told me earlier, he has to deal with your nonsense for the rest of his life. So I'm glad he's found someone who makes him so happy. I raised my glass and said, I'll always be there for you, buddy, especially during the divorce. So, YouTube, you tell me, am I the jerk? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like stories like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. Thanks for watching.